On August 7th, 2025, the world learned that Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, passed away from cancer at the age of 48. A rep for the family told People, Brandon bravely battled cancer for more than 3 years. He passed away peacefully and was surrounded by family. We thank you for your thoughts and prayers and ask everyone to respect the family's privacy during this very difficult time. Blackstock is survived by his 2 children with the American Idol winner and 2 children from a previous marriage. Though the two had a tumultuous divorce, Clarkson is understandably heartbroken, but the news also left fans with many questions about their marriage. This is the full story of their relationship. Kelly Clarkson wed music manager Brandon Blackstock in 2013 with a small ceremony in Tennessee. The couple couldn't deny their chemistry and were eager to start their new life together. Clarkson became the stepmother of Blackstock's children, Savannah and Seth, and on June 12, 2014, the couple welcomed their first child together, a daughter named River. While her mom is the superstar, River is popular in her own right, serving as the inspiration behind 2 children's books. The first one, titled River Rose and the Magical Lullaby, was released in October 2016 and follows the main character, River Rose, as she goes on an adventure that stems from a magic song. The innovative kids novel also came with a link that allowed its young readers to listen to a song performed by Clarkson exclusively for the story. Following the success of the first book, Clarkson published a second children's book in October 2017. That book was titled River Rose and the Magical Christmas, a Christmas holiday book for kids. As Clarkson explained to People, her vibrant daughter and their travel adventures are what motivated her to write the books. She began writing fun stories based on trips they take into places such as Asia and Australia. In fact, Clarkson is confident that River is going to grow into a successful business owner one day due to her already independent and creative personality. On April 12, 2016, Clarkson gave birth to her second child, a boy named Remington. Remy, as he's affectionately called by his family, stole the hearts of many during a September 2021 appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show. While Coldplay's Chris Martin was performing, Remy hilariously blurted out,
"I need to go to the bathroom."
Since coming into the world, the little boy has been a resilient showstopper, having overcome some speech and hearing challenges. As a baby, he had a condition that prevented him from hearing properly due to an excess of wax clogging his ears. His mother revealed that the family had no idea Remy was dealing with such issues until he got to speaking age. Unfortunately, his communication was delayed by almost a year. Thankfully, Remy was speaking more clearly by 2020, something that Clarkson and Blackstock were extremely grateful for. It should also be noted that Remy, along with his sister River, are just as famous as their mom, even if they aren't a part of the spotlight as much as she is. River accompanied her mother on the red carpet during the 2022 People's Choice Awards. Remy, on the other hand, doesn't hang out at the star-studded events too often, but his fan base has already been solidified. In June 2020, after nearly 7 years of marriage, Clarkson filed for divorce from Blackstock, citing irreconcilable differences. A source told Us Weekly, "They clashed on so many levels, and being in quarantine together heightened their problems to the point of no return." Although Clarkson and Blackstock once seemed like the perfect couple, the marriage simply wasn't built to last. Clarkson has said she tried to make things work, if partially for the sake of her own ego. She said on the We Can Do Hard Things with Glennon Doyle podcast, "My ego is like, I can control my actions, I can control my reactions. I can do this, and I can reach this person, and I can get through."
If you get to a point with certain relationships to where there's no try left.
It seems as though Clarkson's multiple projects and demanding work schedule may have played a part in the couple split as well. In June 2020, a source shared with Us Weekly that things took a turn when Clarkson moved to Hollywood, explaining that starting her talk show alongside her role in The Voice changed everything for the couple. Although Clarkson has always made a point to prioritize family and loved ones, perhaps Blackstock just wasn't on board with the singer's fast-paced showbiz life. While Clarkson and Blackstock's divorce wasn't finalized until March 2022, the court ruled years earlier regarding custody of the couple's 2 children together. In November 2020, Clarkson was awarded primary physical custody of River and Remy, while the couple was awarded joint legal custody.
I'm a mama bear more than I am a person in the public eye. So,
however, the estranged pair had previously been at odds because Blackstock wanted the kids to split their time between his home in Montana and Los Angeles, where they lived with Clarkson and attended school. Documents obtained by E! News read in part, the court finds that as this case has proceeded, the level of conflict between the parents has increased. The parties have a difficult time co-parenting due to issues of trust between them. Ultimately, Clarkson was ordered to pay Blackstock $45,601 per month in child support and a one-time payment of $50,000 to reimburse Blackstock for the cost of flying the children to Montana for visitation. One of the issues in Clarkson and Blackstock's messy divorce was the Montana property the couple fought over. The sprawling ranch became a point of contention during the divorce since Clarkson wanted to sell the property and Blackstock wanted to keep it, testifying that he needed it for his new business as a full-time rancher. According to documents obtained by Us Weekly, Clarkson deemed the Montana ranch a financial burden, but Blackstock argued that his career change from music manager to rancher made it necessary for him to keep the property. Blackstock was apparently only managing one client at the time, country superstar Blake Shelton, but he was eager to put all his time and effort into working as a rodeo manager while living at the ranch. Shelton ultimately ended up firing Blackstock in 2021. Claims that the Montana property was a shared marital asset were dismissed, and Clarkson was ultimately awarded full ownership of the ranch, while Blackstock was given a 5.12% share of the property.
I just love being outdoors.
Clarkson had tried to have Blackstock evicted from the residence prior to the ruling, but she was unsuccessful. Blackstock was ordered to pay Clarkson rent, but the amount was only a fraction of what Clarkson was already paying Blackstock in spousal support. In June 2022, Blackstock finally moved out, having purchased a $1.8 million home in Butte, Montana. Clarkson's legal battles amid her split from Blackstock weren't relegated to domestic issues alone. Several months after the singer filed for divorce, her ex's father, Narvel Blackstock, sued Clarkson over a business deal. Narvel runs Starstruck Management Group, which managed Clarkson's career beginning in 2007. Narvel and the management group alleged that Clarkson breached her verbal contract with the firm and was responsible for unpaid commission, subsequently owing them $5.4 million. Clarkson filed a countersuit against the company, which included the allegation that neither Brandon nor Narvel Blackstock were licensed talent agents, which violated the California Labor Code. A petition revealed that Clarkson argued that these violations should nullify her verbal agreement with the management company altogether. Many celebrity couples sign a prenuptial agreement before taking their vows to avoid messy legal battles over their assets if they end up divorcing. Clarkson and Blackstock did in fact have a prenup, but it took a while for it to be upheld in court. Blackstock originally contested the prenup, arguing that he should be entitled to a portion of the income Clarkson earned during their marriage, as well as a shared stake in properties they purchased together. But as it turned out, the judge involved in the case fully upheld the original prenuptial agreement. The ruling meant that all purchases paid for by Clarkson during the time she and Blackstock were married belonged solely to Clarkson. It was reported that the singer learned the good news while on set at The Voice and celebrated the win with co-stars Ariana Grande and Blake Shelton. While the judge honoring the prenuptial agreement was clearly a victory for Clarkson, she was ultimately still responsible for paying Blackstock a hefty amount in spousal support. In addition to a one-time payment of a whopping $1.3 million, Clarkson had to pay Blackstock $115,000 per month until January 2024. One silver lining of Clarkson and Blackstock's divorce is that it didn't hurt her friendship with Blackstock's stepmother, Reba McEntire, who was married to Narvel Blackstock from 1989 to 2015. Clarkson and McEntire had been friends ever since performing together for an American Idol TV special, so it was extra special when Clarkson ended up marrying into the family.
Meeting Reba, being friends with her, and eventually becoming family has been one of the highlights of my life, truly.
When Clarkson and Blackstock were at odds, McEntire didn't take sides. In a 2021 interview with Extra, the country star expressed her support for the estranged pair, saying, "I pray everyone gives them the encouragement that they can because they need it right now. Both of them do."
You know, I love them both. Brandon's my stepson. Kelly's my good friend.
Over the years, Clarkson and McEntire have performed together numerous times. And in 2023, the pals found themselves working together once again. On The Voice, Clarkson continued her run as a coach on the show, while McEntire joined as a mega mentor. Clarkson has been open with fans about everything from the challenges of co-parenting to taking antidepressant medication following her split from Blackstock. And in February 2022, the singer filed public documents to have her name legally changed to Kelly Brienne. The singer stated in the documents, "My new name more fully reflects who I am." The star has clearly been through a lot and felt like a change was in order, but fans don't need to worry about calling the singer by her new name, as she kept Clarkson as a professional moniker. She explained to People, "I just got divorced, so I had to drop my married last name. I just kept my middle name for my personal life. I'm still Kelly Clarkson." In March 2022, a judge okayed the new name. In June 2023, Clarkson released a new studio album, Chemistry. The album showed just how much she evolved throughout the course of her relationship with Blackstock. The singer told NPR that Chemistry was meant to showcase not just the sadness that comes along with ending a relationship, but the beauty of the relationship as a whole. She went on to discuss the title of the album, saying, "There's that kind of chemistry of holding onto something that you shouldn't be that's maybe unhealthy for you." That's what the album is. It's all these different types of chemistry that you can feel in a positive or negative way.
Like, I don't know how anybody, I'll just be real with you, goes through grief, like divorce, any kind of grief, any kind of loss, without having an outlet.
Clarkson even reached out to Blackstock ahead of the album's release to let him know it wasn't going to be all bad. She revealed in an interview with Today, "I was like, hey, I didn't just diminish us down to one thing. It's all in there, the ride. The beauty is in there as well."
Now, there's a lot of pain, but that's what happens, for all of us.